It's 3 a.m. The city outside is quiet, but for Daniel, the world has never been louder. He lies in bed staring at the ceiling, his mind a relentless courtroom where he is both the prosecutor and the defendant. A conversation from earlier today is replayed, dissected frame by frame. Did he say the right thing? Was his joke funny or just awkward? He scrolls through social media on his phone, a friend's vacation photos, a colleague's promotion, a stranger's seemingly perfect life. Each image is a piece of evidence against his own. He feels a familiar ache, a profound sense of disconnection, as if he's watching his own life from behind a thick pane of glass. While the world sleeps, Daniel is wide awake, wondering, why does everything feel so heavy? Why does he feel so alone in a world full of people who seem to have it all figured out? The next morning, the feeling follows him. At the coffee shop, ordering a latte becomes a performance. He's acutely aware of his posture, his tone of voice, the way he hands the money to the barista. Is he being polite enough? Is he taking too long? The simple interaction feels draining, like an actor finishing a scene. At work, during a team meeting, he finds himself analyzing everyone's micro-expressions. He's not just listening to his boss, he's observing the slight shift in his colleague's eyes, the subtle tension in another's jaw. He contributes an idea, but his mind immediately splits into two. One part continues the conversation, while the other steps back, critiquing his own words. Was that intelligent? Did he sound confident or arrogant? This constant internal commentary is exhausting. It turns every social event, every conversation, every choice into a high-stakes examination. By the end of the day, Daniel feels a unique kind of fatigue, a mental exhaustion that no amount of sleep can cure. He's lived his day not as a participant, but as a spectator with a scorecard. What Daniel is experiencing is a paradox known as the self-awareness trap. We're often told that self-awareness is the key to a better life, a cornerstone of emotional intelligence and personal growth. And it is. But like anything, too much of a good thing can become a burden. For people like Daniel, the mind's ability to observe itself becomes overactive. It's like having a spotlight that's always turned on, pointed directly at you. Instead of gently illuminating the path forward, it becomes a blinding interrogation lamp, exposing every perceived flaw, every insecurity, every deviation from an imagined ideal. The mind gets stuck in a loop of self-analysis, judging every thought, feeling, and action in real time. This isn't just introspection, it's a state of hypervigilance against oneself, turning the inner world into a source of constant anxiety rather than a sanctuary of peace. This trap has become particularly prevalent in our modern world. Our lives are broadcast on digital stages. Social media platforms aren't just windows into other people's lives. They are mirrors held up to our own, reflecting a curated, perfected version of reality that we are implicitly encouraged to measure up to. Every post, every story, every perfectly framed moment invites comparison. We become intensely aware of how we are presenting ourselves to the world, and in turn how the world perceives us. This constant feedback loop amplifies our self-consciousness. The culture of self-optimization tells us we should always be improving, hacking our productivity, our health, our happiness. We track our steps, our sleep, our moods. While this can be beneficial, it can also turn life into a project to be managed rather than an experience to be lived. The constant stream of information and stimulation leaves little room for the mind to simply be. We are encouraged to analyze, optimize, and curate our existence, inadvertently deepening the chasm between our true selves and the version we feel we need to be. The ultimate danger of this trap is that it turns us from participants in our own lives into mere observers. When you're constantly analyzing your performance in a conversation, you're not truly present in it. You're not connecting with the other person. You're managing an impression. When you're at a concert, filming it for a story instead of feeling the music vibrate through you, you are documenting an experience rather than living it. The introspective person, lost in this cycle, becomes a ghost in their own story. They are technically there, but their consciousness is one step removed, hovering above the scene, taking notes, judging and critiquing. This creates a profound sense of loneliness and disconnection. Even when surrounded by people, life becomes a movie that you're watching, and you start to wonder if you'll ever get to be the main character instead of just the critic in the audience. You yearn for the unself-conscious joy you see in others, the ability to simply laugh without analyzing the sound, to dance without worrying about who is watching, to live without the constant weight of your own awareness. So how does one escape this trap? The answer isn't to become less self-aware, it's to change the nature of that awareness. The shift is from judgment to curiosity, from criticism to compassion. It begins with recognizing the inner critic for what it is, a part of you, but not all of you. Instead of fighting it, you can learn to observe it without getting swept away. Imagine that critical voice is just a cloud passing in the sky of your mind. You can notice it, acknowledge its presence, and then let it float by without latching onto it. This is the essence of mindfulness. It's not about emptying the mind, but about changing your relationship with your thoughts. It's a conscious effort to redirect that intense spotlight of awareness outward. Instead of focusing on how you are perceived in a conversation, focus entirely on the person you are speaking with. Listen to their words. See the light in their eyes. Feel the energy of the connection. Instead of analyzing your every move on a walk, notice the warmth of the sun on your skin, the sound of the leaves under your feet, the smell of the air after it rains. It's about grounding yourself in the sensory experience of the present moment. This shift doesn't happen overnight. It's a practice. It's the practice of gently guiding your attention back, again and again, from the courtroom of the mind to the vibrant, unpredictable, and beautiful reality of life itself. It's about giving yourself permission to be imperfect, to be spontaneous, to be fully, messily, and wonderfully human. It's about finally stepping out from behind the glass and into your own life. Thank you for watching.